Java Radio. Java Radio. Java Radio. Wrestling podcast featuring Ramen Bomber and Corey and the one and only Peanut. Java Radio. Java Radio. Bitches.
I think I just gave TNA a great idea.
So bad.
Rab, what are your thoughts? This is the best podcast. What's up, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Jobber Radio Episode 2. I'm your host, Matt Gollum, a.k.a. Peanut. And before I get into anything else, I'm just going to introduce my co-host, returning from the last show, Jake, a.k.a. Bomber. What is going on tonight?
What's going on? Thank you, first of all, for getting it right. We've been doing this take for like 20 minutes. Thank you. All right.
Stay tuned to the end, too, to hear the outtakes.
Yeah, Jesus. All right.
Also returning from last show, the online guru, Matt Zion. What's up?
You're the best host.
You are awesome, Peanut.
Make sure I'm Matt, and hello, and also Rami, which is what Rab's going to call me. But stay tuned towards the end, because if Bomber has any semblance of being awesome, he is going to put the outtakes at the end of every single broadcast. So there you go.
I'm the best in the world at what I do.
Workload on me. I like it.
I'm the best. But making his Jobber Radio debut, a man simply known as Rab Bethan. What's up?
I am an internet guru.
Jesus.
I choke, and once I get going, though, I'm the best. So.
But really excited for this. This should be awesome.
And that's our panel for tonight. But we have a little announcement, and I'm going to hand it over to Bomber. What's this announcement?
Oh yeah. Well, I've been in talks with TWR Network, Talk Wrestling Radio Network. And I've been talking to Jason Massey, one of the guys that runs it over there, and we've formed a little partnership up or whatever, and we are going to be on their network. We're not going to be live like all the other shows, not to start out anyway. Hopefully that maybe if Peanut can step his shit up, maybe one time in the past or in the future we can do it. But yeah, we'll be doing bi-weekly shows over at twrnetwork.com.
I'm really excited for all the guys to see our running jokes, like how we hate Matt, Peanut.
Yep.
And just so everyone knows, it's not a joke.
Dead serious.
That means you can take over, Peanut.
I think that means he left.
God damn it. God damn it. The worst goddamn fucking host.
Peanut, are you there? Oh.
This is goddamn disaster. What the?
All right.
I hope his power went out again. Remember that? That was great.
Yeah, when his power went out, and then because he lives in bumfuck Egypt.
Yeah, we had to just cancel. That's it. It was over.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? Here, let's just.
How about you take over till he comes back?
Yeah. Okay. Just whatever. Anyway, here we go. The other day, what really gave me this idea for our first little topic here. I was watching a documentary on Netflix. It was called. I highly suggest this, by the way. Cards Subject to Change. Have you guys seen that?
I haven't, but I've heard of it.
Right. I have no idea what that is.
No, it's basically about a independent wrestling documentary and whatnot, and it featured a CZW wrestler by the name of Trent Acid, who got into drugs and everything. And
I know who that is. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Got into drugs, and he died right at the conclusion of the documentary. And I don't know how this triggered in my mind, but I thought, you know what? There's a wrestler dying every other week. Why don't we just do a wrestler death pool? It's got to happen sometime or another. Everybody does. At my work, we have a celebrity death pool. So,
Such a tribute to what we love.
Yeah, just a little icing on the cake. But, so I guess we were talking about picking two people, but do you guys just want to pick one? Is that how we want to do this? Just pick one guy?
Yeah.
All right, who? Oh, Jesus, Peanut's just typing. God, his power went out. It's impossible. How's he type? All right.
Well, let him.
Celebrity death pool.
Jesus.
My pick.
No,
Whew.
it's wrestler death pool. Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, where'd you go? What happened?
My dad came in to tell me some news. Big news.
Are you okay? Is everything cool?
Yeah, Ibanez hit a home run. Big news.
Oh shit!
I thought he was gonna say you're fucking
Again?
out. You're out on the
Whoa!
Yeah, he tied the game.
I turned it off.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
I did
God.
too.
Oh, that's crazy.
It is.
How
And then,
so-
but I muted the mic so it wasn't all picked up.
All right. Anyway,
and
so Peanut, who do you got since you're back now?
who do I got?
Could
There's
be
many
anybody.
people I could choose from for this CZW death pool.
No, it's not CZW.
I'm
You
going
pick
with
somebody.
what's his name? Jake Younger. I'm going with Jake
Son
Younger.
of a bitch.
Oh, you piece of shit! I like him. God damn it.
See?
I'm going with Jake Younger.
No,
Oh,
you're
you
not. You do
Uh,
it, you will die.
Jake Younger's who my pick is.
It's
Bomber,
Drake.
who's your pick?
It's Drake. Yeah, you fucking asshole.
Bomber, who's your pick for your CZW death
You want
pool?
me to go first? All right. Well, I had like, it's not CZW Death Pool. It's Wrestler Death Pool. But I was thinking, I had like 8 names. I had a list the other day. I was writing these down. I was like, who could
That's
be?
terrible.
You know what? It's kind of scary, kind of bad, but it happened. And the guy that was at the top of my list every time, not gonna lie, no joke. China.
Oh,
You said the guy that was at the top.
I did say guy. I didn't stutter. Yes, it's China. I think she's doing porn now. She's like I've
was.
seen.
It's a safe pick.
Yeah, it is a safe pick. She's gonna catch some STD, and it's gonna come back and get her. So I'm saying
right.
I'm gonna pick China.
can't disagree. I don't think I can argue who you want to die. So Rob.
It's not who I want to die.
Die.
Son of a bitch.
Jesus.
I know I'm playing Jobber Radio Universe. Ah,
Damn it.
Don't
You so much.
I'm kidding. Moving on. Moving on. Rom, who do you want to die?
I hate you. I do not want anybody to die. Even my worst enemies. I only wish a horrible life, but not death. And you could have went with somebody like I was thinking like Harley Race or like Bobby the Brain Heenan, like somebody who it's
Solid.
coming eventually. Great people, but it's coming. You get to that age, it's fucking coming.
Mhm.
By the way, what was it? I read that Vader tried to punch Harley Race in the face or something this past weekend. That's pretty cool.
What?
And I'm gonna go with my always. He's the one I've always been surprised is still alive. I'm going with Kurt Angle because how is he still alive? Wrestling at the pace that he's wrestling at, because he's had so many just like alcohol problem, drug problems, just health problems in general. I gotta say, I think the Olympian is going to tap out to life, and that's my
Tap out the life. Put that on a T-shirt.
yeah.
It's good. Rab, you've been quiet. Who is your wrestling death pool?
Well, I brought this up when we were first, came up with the idea of doing this. I don't like the idea of a death pool. They're really morbid.
No.
It's disrespectful,
No.
and just I don't know why we're doing this. That said, Dave Bautista.
Dude, I think he what MMA now? He's not gonna die anytime soon. I think you're crazy.
Have you seen what he looks like?
I have not
Actually,
seen.
He looked really good. If you saw his MMA match, he's cleaned up. He's a lot skinnier than he was, so he's not taking all the drugs. and
He is a lot skinnier. Dave Bautista's gonna die soon.
It's just the way.
You heard it first.
Oh
And
god,
that's-
yeah. Just put a little footnote on this. Yeah, this is not who we want to die. This is just predictions on who
Oh,
will die.
Oh,
Oh.
in that case, Dave Bautista. No, seriously. In 4 episodes from now, we're gonna be like, it's very sad about the passing of Dave Bautista.
Oh, nice.
we wish his family all our sympathies and good job, Rab.
Good job, Matt. You called it.
Who do
on
you
your
pick?
first
Who do you pick
episode.
now? Trent Beretta.
Yeah, when somebody wins, we'll recycle it. We'll pick a whole new cast of people.
I'm just gonna go with Jake Younger every single time. You mean?
It's Drake. God damn it.
I'm gonna
Marshman PWG,
retroactively.
great.
Can I retroactively pick Trent Acid?
No.
Bullshit. That's mean. God, the guy that came out saying, I don't, this is bullshit. Can I get Trent Acid?
Yeah, he wants to pick someone who's already dead.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Fine,
now-
Johnny Cashmere.
Oh, he's going for the STDs also. For those of you who don't know,
No,
he is a
he was
gay.
a tag team partner.
he is a gay. In case you didn't know,
Is he really?
he
I wasn't
actually is.
aware.
Yeah. Now there's anything wrong with that, but yes,
Was that why they were called the Backseat Boys?
that could possibly.
I'm
That's
serious,
something.
they were. I remember that.
They were a great tag team.
They were a great tag team.
All right.
Peanut, wrangle it. Jesus.
I was saying I don't want to talk about people with STDs and people dying anymore. So we're gonna move on to our segment known as the Raging Roundtable.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
I'm gonna rant about TNA because I hate TNA. I haven't watched TNA in a couple years. I don't know what they're doing, but I just hate TNA. Screw TNA, and I'm just gonna move on because I have nothing to say except I hate TNA. That is all. Bomber, what are you gonna rant about?
You want me to go next? I can go next. I have a little story with mine though. I'm gonna make it super quick though. Mine isn't anything directly about what's been going on in wrestling recently, but at my work, I work at a TV station, and there's this new intern that came in, and he's a little smart ass. He's a brown noser. He kisses up to everybody. He gets on everybody's nerves basically. But I'm in the control room with one of the directors, waiting to do one of the shows, and we're watching Raw. This was earlier, obviously Monday, and this dude comes in to sit in the control room, and he looks at both of us, and we both were watching it, and he says, "Hey, you guys know he said, "Hey, you guys know this is fake, right?" What? No shit. It's fake.
He didn't say
I know.
no, right?
No. I gave him some smart ass answer too. I gave him something, and basically I looked him down like I wanted to punch him in the face. But no, yeah, no shit. I mean, everybody knows this. It's fake. I told him. I asked him what show did he watch. Like, what show do you watch? And he's like, what? Oh, he says I don't watch TV. I was like, this is the same as any other show, except it's live and there's action involved. It's a show. It's entertainment. Having said that, my dad, who was a professional wrestler, who would come home like every single night, bruised and broken every single fucking night. I'm pretty sure if he was told that it was fake, probably wouldn't be too happy about it. Wouldn't take it too lightly.
He wouldn't stare like he's gonna punch someone in the face. He would probably punch someone in the face.
He probably would just do it. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
No, so first of all, I kind of wanted to say, what, you ever get that shit?
I get it, not lately, but I've gotten it like, often and not.
Oh, I get it all the time though on the Reckless Eating channel when we post anything to do with wrestling. There's the MMA guys that are just like, oh, MMA is so much better. Fuck, like,
Yeah.
just Neil Thesker suck my balls. And then there's the other ones that like you get where they're just like, it's fake, and it's like, well, you're watching TV. Obviously, you're a stupid fucknut doesn't watch TV, but he can suck it. But normal people watch TV or movies. It's like that shit's fake too. Like that's what this is. It's a show. It's more like an opera performance to me for men than it is anything else. Like women get their gay ass opera, and we get our amazing, awesome wrestling.
Yeah.
It's a good way to put it.
I would like
actually.
to say that I like opera.
I'm sure you do,
Start.
right?
Sorry, bro.
I am a
You're
big
a
opera
Backstreet
fan.
Boy.
No, I'm not. That's not even a joke. I
Backseat
really am an
boy.
opera fan. Secondly, because some of us like both the wrestling and the finer things. And secondly, yeah, usually, hey, you guys know that's fake, right? I just go like David Schultz on them. Just, is that fake, huh? How about that? Fuck it.
Give him a chop to the chest. Yeah, I remember my dad came home one night. His chest was black and blue from chops, and I was like, and it swelled up huge. And this was back when I was really small, so I obviously back then, maybe a different story, but That shit ain't fake. That fake.
Good way to put it.
But yeah, sorry, that just disturbed me earlier. Just that shit. I mean, obviously it's fake. Everybody knows it's a show and whatnot, but just annoying. That's all.
It really is annoying. But Ron, what pissed you off this week?
Kelly posted pictures of her like on her Twitter or something like that, and I don't know if she said anything about it, but I remember there's a bunch of people going off. There's a lot of Kelly haters, and she never bugged me or whatever because she was willing to blow a few dudes, so that's cool. But like she posted it was her new look, right? Like she's no longer she has to look like Kelly anymore. She can look like a woman. So you went from like a teenage looking whore to an adult looking whore. Congratulations. It's like the amount of makeup that she put on. She looks fucking horrible. She literally looked like she aged 10 years. And just, seriously, just total
I haven't
whore.
seen this yet. I haven't seen. You
Oh,
got a
man.
link? Can I see this?
Terrible. It was on Heyman's site. I know it's on her Twitter, but HeymanHustle.com or whatever the hell it is.
Okay.
He posted like a little article for it. But Jesus Christ, she just looks gross. Gross as fuck. I'm going to look right now as Rab will go into his rant. I'll find him.
Rab, take it away.
Pre-rant, I just want to say, I feel it's unfair how many people call Kelly a whore.
That's what happens when you sleep with the entire locker room.
Because Orton comes out and goes, I can think of 10 people. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
that's
she-
10.
she-
That's
she-
10 people over 6 years.
She fucked Bautista. Well, there's rumors now that she tapped John Cena at some point. There was like Carlito came out in an interview a while ago and said they
3.
passed her around like candy.
10 people. That's 10
Can
people
you
over
trust
6 years.
Carlito, though?
She's young.
Trust
That
Carlito.
dude, Orton goes through 10 random whores in a city. Over
He's
like.
badass.
day.
He's Randy Orton. And she's
You
a
see, that's
Kelly.
bullshit. That's
goddamn
bullshit.
right it's bullshit that
That
she's
is bullshit.
because he's fucking cool and she sucks dick for a living.
He is Randy Orton.
Yeah, he hears voices in his head. She takes a shot to her head.
Oh my God.
Oh, I see what you did there.
We're going.
I see what you did there. At first, I thought you meant she had a drinking problem, but I see what you did there, and it was clever. It was very
I'm
clever.
still trying to find those pictures. She looks fucking terrible.
Oh, I found it.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
you
wow,
got him?
same
Okay.
time. Yep. Here it is.
She just looks like she looks like Tori Wilson now. Looks
Yeah,
terrible.
I clicked.
Who infamously is extremely ugly, Tori Wilson.
Ugh.
She looks the same.
See, Heyman Hustle's a terrible site. It doesn't load for me ever.
Yeah,
No.
There's like
I
a
just
lot of women on here, like barely wearing anything. I didn't
Oh
know.
yeah, his Heyman Hustle whores.
I guess so. Yeah, it's
Okay,
fitting
well,
that Kelly's on here then. There you go.
Oh, I know where I'll be. Get back to me later.
Wow, that's a lot of makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she looks the same. Just like her
She-
hair is darker. Like it's
Fucking Carmen Electra is still smoking hot.
What I was gonna say is she looks like
on
she's
the
got 90s hair now. She's starting to like puff it out.
but Rab, what is your rant?
Oh yes, rant me. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep this short because last time I tried to do this, it was much too long. I have an issue with the moral compass of the WWE. And I don't mean that in the way most people would if they say that, where they go, there's too much sex and violence. No, there's the perfect amount of sex and violence. They glorify all the terrible people and vilify like the good people. The Sheamus Del Rio thing is the perfect example, where Sheamus attacks Del Rio first.
Mhm.
Oh, because he's a bad guy, and what? No, that doesn't make any sense. Del Rio attacks him back. Oh, boo Del Rio. And I'm, what? No, but he attacked the dude first,
Mhm.
just because the guy wants to fight him for the championship in the fighting league that this is. And all Del Rio wants is to like fight for the WWE championship, which is what everyone should want. And all racist ass Sheamus, who just makes burrito jokes, calls him Bertie, and like steals his car and shit.
He's the whitest guy in
Grand
the
Theft
world.
Auto, yay! Grand Theft Auto, and he gets like a slap on the wrist from the fake Booker T, and then Del Rio doesn't like that, and he like jumps the guy, and then this has got to stop, players, or whatever fake Booker T says now, and it just confounds me. I think the biggest there was a few years ago. Actually, it was a while ago at this point because I guess Test was involved.
Rest in peace.
Test hit Stacy Keibler, and everyone was just vilifying Test, just like,
Oh, I
how
remember.
can a man do this? JR's on the thing, just like, how he's not really a man, right? The next week, Stacy Keibler comes out. Stone Cold comes out, offers her a beer. She doesn't want to drink the beer, so he gives her a stunner. And JR's all like, "Say that's our old Stone Cold, yeah!" And I'm like, "But that's the woman from last time, and he hit not a man. What happened?"
It's a perfect example there, by the way. I had something to say with Stone Cold also compared to that. Yeah.
Go for it. Take
No,
it away.
like everybody talks about how Sheamus is the good guy, and he will throw somebody on the ropes, and start pounding on their chest, right? And it's like a heel move, and everybody's like cheering and whatnot.
No, it's a heel move. It's against the rules. Come on, guys. 1 count, 2 count, 3 count, 4 count, 5 count, break.
There you
I
go.
mean, am I the only one who knows the rules of wrestling?
They have till 5.
Well,
Yes, but he goes till 10.
there you go. Now he does that. Well, I guess I don't know if it's not breaking the rules. I guess, but Stone Cold when he throws in the corner, stomps a mud hole on him. That's the same damn thing, pretty much. To me, that's
Sure,
a heel move. There's no difference to me.
I have no issue with heel move, face move. I have issue with that's 1 count, 2 count, 3 count, 4 count, 5 count, break.
It's
And
their
6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10, and the ref is like, stop. And then Daniel Bryan against Sheamus in that 2 out of 3 count thing had a move where he's like hitting him and he wouldn't break and he got disqualified.
But to jump in. The Sheamus thing too, I didn't watch it, but I read about it on SmackDown. Sheamus continues to make fat jokes about Big Show. It's like they have the perfect setup for this, even though it seems really, really boring and I don't care what happens. The perfect setup is Sheamus has finally found somebody that's much stronger than he is and could legitimately beat him, no problem. Like, Alberto's always been kind of a sneakier guy. Well, with Big Show, all they have to do with Sheamus is just really build Big Show up to be this huge monster that can take down Sheamus, but they keep having Big Show do the back down. They keep having him do the, I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna face you physically. And why is the Big Show acting like a pussy piece of shit? And then why is Sheamus in the ring saying hey, you look like a giant burrito, fella? It's like, why is he making fat jokes to Big Show? I don't understand Sheamus's character and why he acts like a jackass when he would be a really good straight up babyface, no problem. But what's going on with these fat jokes?
With him, I don't know. I think it's just trying to be funny.
It's not. It's not funny at all.
It's not funny.
I know. I mean, he's trying. I think it's because they're trying to make him funny, make him like the funny guy and stuff like that, cracking the jokes.
It reminds me of and you guys might remember from back when this happened, the whole problem I had with The Rock Cena, where Cena said a bunch of stuff that was always true in his promos, and then The Rock called him like a gay Teletubby.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've been a Rock fan my entire life. My first wrestling shirt was a Rock shirt, which, I wore until it got holes in it. I still have it. He's from Miami. I'm from Miami. I was going to WrestleMania in Miami, super excited to root for The Rock. And, I had trouble rooting for The Rock because I didn't want to be part of Team Gay Cheerios or whatever it was. Fruity Pebbles. That's
he didn't keep it serious.
For the dick. I don't want to root for an asshole. I don't want to root for an asshole.
He should have kept it serious. Like the Cena Rock stuff kind of lost some steam because Rock wasn't taking Cena seriously. It's like when Rock would cut that first promo where Rock came out, and even though he did do some of the Fruit Loop stuff and whatever, he was still semi-serious in the fact that there's this one guy in the back who's been insulting me and saying that I don't have passion for this, and it's Cena, and everybody was like, oh, it's fucking awesome. Next promo he's like, hey, Teletubby, fuck butt in the dick sauce. It's like, what are you fucking doing, Rock? What are you doing? I wish wrestling, they'd figure out that there's a lot of times all they need to do for any feud is just to make it about two guys that think they are better than the other guy and they want to prove it in the ring. And that's all that matters. They don't have to do anything else. It'll write itself. But then they throw the fucking comedy and fat jokes and stuff in there, and it's just God, it's awful.
That ends the Raging Round Table. Our next topic tonight will be, we're going to be talking about the man known as Ryback.
So I guess what happened was there was a recent interview, and you can't fucking quote me from where I read it from because it's basically just all over the dirt sheet news sites now. And Ryback came out and did something that a rookie should never fucking do, and that is he opened his mouth because he talked shit about Goldberg. Now, you're never gonna find me saying Goldberg was awesome or I liked Goldberg because,
I don't know.
in all
Pretty
honesty,
good.
never was much of a Goldberg fan at all. Period. Even like his WCW run when he was like super over, or his return to WWE, he was just always kind of like whatever. But to come out and say Ryback essentially said he respected the fact that what Goldberg did. So he was trying to cover his ass, but he didn't do a very good job of it. But he said he believes that like over time he is the better wrestler and he will basically be much better than Goldberg ever was. And you can't. It's like coming out and insulting Hulk Hogan, like going in and saying you can say all you want about him, having a 30-minute sex romp where he lays there nude and does no work for the poor girl. But his in-ring stuff, he may not have been a very good wrestler, but he was still one of the most over wrestlers of all time. Who's everybody knows who the fuck Hulk Hogan is, and I do believe most general people know who Goldberg is too. Like if you ask them, they're gonna go,
yeah.
I remember Goldberg. That means a lot more than the respect that Ryback's giving to this guy. Because I'm sure maybe because he wasn't Goldberg wasn't a lot popular when he came back into WWE. A lot of the boys back there didn't like him and whatnot. And he was probably a dickhead. Who knows? But if you're a rookie, you don't come out and talk shit about somebody who's made tons of money, way more money than you ever made. And also, in all likelihood, Goldberg was a strong reason why Ryback's there right now. And maybe not his influence, but he helped do the Monday Night Wars. Like, if it wasn't for Goldberg, there was a good chance WWF would have come back a lot quicker and been much more successful against WCW. I just don't understand young rookies opening their mouth and talking shit. Like, look where that got John Morrison. He opened his mouth and started talking shit on Twitter and whatnot. And every time he did, or every time his girlfriend fucked up for him, it always hurts you. When you're a young rookie, shut the fuck up and just take what's given to you. Because I guarantee you now, this is probably not going to look good for him. Like, the office is going to be like, why the fuck are you talking about somebody in the past like this? You'd think they'd want to have a good relationship with Goldberg, but Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up, Ryback. That's my 2 cents.
Okay, so here's how I feel about this. As far as Ryback being a rookie and all that, Ryback's been wrestling since 2004, which means he's been wrestling about 8 years. Goldberg only wrestled for 7 years. And what Ryback wasn't, he didn't say that he was better. What Ryback said is that Ryback believes that he's a better wrestler, and Ryback believes that he has more passion for wrestling than Goldberg did, and that he's not just around to make money and leave, which is what Goldberg did.
Yeah, but
so I don't see anything that Ryback's saying was wrong.
You could
I don't have any problem.
Hogan, though, everybody says Hogan's just all about the money too.
Yeah,
but
he hasn't. Yeah, well, also he's made terrible investments, but
man, that porno's gonna be great.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
But at least he was around for some time. Goldberg wrestled like 7 years, and Goldberg wrestled at his peak for like 4 years, 97 to, the end of WCW.
Yeah, so hold on a minute before we go any farther. Hold on.
And then he took off.
Hold on.
What? Go ahead.
Where has Ryback been fighting for 4 years?
Yeah.
He's been with the WWE for this whole time.
For 4 years?
No. Ryback has been with WWE since he was on Tough Enough in 2004. He was in Deep South Wrestling. He was in OVW training. He was in FCW. He was part of NXT. He was part of Nexus.
Wow,
he was
been in developmental
Skip
that
Sheffield.
long? I
He's
remember
been in
that.
developmental forever.
I
Yeah.
remember that when he came as Skip, and then he went back out. I guess he got hurt or something or whatever.
Yeah, he's been in developmental for ever.
And well, what the? I figured he'd be better than. He seems like a rookie still.
Yeah. He is a fucking rookie in my eyes because he's green as shit. He couldn't even pick up Swagger. He couldn't give him a back body drop.
Swagger,
Swagger is not a bad wrestler. He's
Swagger's
not.
But he sandbags on everyone.
Yeah, but like how the fuck did people were saying that about Tensai, and then Tensai came out and was like, "Shut up, you fucking idiots!" Like it's not what you think it is. But like the only thing that I'm really trying to get across is Ryback, just like any rookie, needs to shut the fuck up. Like if you're a CM Punk or a John Cena, then go ahead and say whatever you want. Nothing's gonna bite you in the ass. But it's a bad career move for him to come out and say anything that could be perceived as negative to a guy that made way more money than him and did way more stuff in the business than him. Just shut up. And then when he becomes a little popular, by all means go out and say whatever the hell you want. But it's just there's nothing good that can come from him talking crap.
Nothing is gonna come bad from him talking about Goldberg. No one
completely
WWE likes Goldberg. Like
doesn't
they don't like
matter.
him. Of course it matters.
I just wait and
You don't
see.
get- you
Like
don't get
it's
bad
a
for
shut
talk-
your
you don't
mouth
get-
type thing.
You don't get bad for talking bad, in WWE magazine. So it was in WWE magazine where he said this.
Yeah,
So it
but
was vetted and published.
that's fine. But WWE Magazine isn't cleared through McMahon. Like it's under the umbrella. But they've gotten in trouble before for posting
what
things.
shit about Goldberg.
I'm telling you, it's a normal advice for any rookie to shut the fuck up and just wrestle. That's all. You shouldn't be talking crap to somebody who's done so much more than you.
But he wasn't talking crap in my.
Yeah,
in my,
he was.
In
He
my mind, he
was.
wasn't
It
talking
was
crap.
disrespectful to a
I
point.
see it both ways. Yeah, I can see it both ways.
I just think he's, he was asked about the comparisons between him and Goldberg, and those what he believes them to be, and what most people believe them to be.
Well, just like look at Orton though. Like Orton's an established guy. Orton's come up and we talked about like the Kelly thing, and he every once in a while he runs his mouth and says something that people perceive as offensive or disrespectful.
Yeah,
and
but
look
he
where
almost
is right
always
now.
says
He's
it about
fucking-
someone who's like standing next to him the next day.
Yeah, but at least I give Orton the fucking balls that he says that to their when they're there. Ryback's not going to be seeing Goldberg anytime soon, and if he was seeing Goldberg anytime soon, I guarantee you he wouldn't have said that.
Probably, I agree
That's
with
the difference. Orton at least got the fucking cojones to be like, Kelly, you're a slut, and then the next day,
that. Yeah,
hey,
but that's how you get in. But that's what he's getting in trouble for.
that's fine. But at least he has a
No one's-
set. Like,
No
don't
one's gonna get in trouble. No one's gonna get in trouble for Goldberg.
I beg to differ. I just don't think Ryback's all that great. I mean, he's over. That's cool,
Neither do
but
I don't think he's all that great either.
he
But,
needs to definitely.
Do you think he's
shut his
better
mouth.
than Goldberg? Do you think he's better than Goldberg?
yes,
No.
I do think he's better than
Not
Goldberg.
at all.
I do.
Not at all.
I think only
That's-
time will tell. I mean,
You
Yeah,
think
it's
he's
a-
better than Goldberg?
you
Really?
can't. I mean,
Yes, I think he's better than Goldberg. But I think Goldberg was garbage.
I guess
I think
so.
It's
you can't argue.
I think he's better than horrible.
I think Ryback borrows from like 400 different wrestlers and just steals. Like he doesn't have one decent original thing other than the fact that he was known to eat a bunch of food when he wasn't supposed to, and that's Al Snow's like, hey, that's gold. Let's go with that. But he can't fucking. He looks like a retarded bald RVD. He wrestles like Goldberg. The one chance they gave him to wrestle somebody that was decent like Swagger, he almost fucking killed him. He's fucking terrible. I can't stand him.
I am also not a fan of the Ryback.
Like the Ryback thing though, the Daniel Bryan, them calling him the Ryback is pretty fucking hilarious. But that's the last compliment I will give that man.
Okay.
He is crazy over though.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how that happened.
I don't know.
Feed
either.
One
him
day
more.
the whole crowd was just like,
Feed
feed
more
me
is
more. I'm
like-
like, holy shit.
It's catchy, but he fucking sucks. So that's it.
Okay.
I'll say this: he will not have. I'm not going to drag it on any longer, but he will not have the lasting power that Goldberg had on the wrestling business
I
by
agree
the
with
end of
that.
his career.
I agree with that.
He won't have that.
Absolutely not.
Like next guy that comes out down the road, people aren't going to be chanting Ryback.
Yeah. I see.
No, yeah, totally right.
Moving on to our final topic of tonight, we're going to talk about all this new WWE programming that they have. WWE Main Event, WWE Slam. In my opinion, it's just way, way too much. And I think the names suck, but that's just me. Bomber, do you have like an opening statement to get us started?
Yeah, I know they just got a deal with Hulu, and they have like every one of these shows, right? Am I correct? They got every one of these on Hulu.
Yeah, they have them all.
They have them all. Yeah, that's. How many are there? Like 7, 8, 9, 10?
Off the top of my head, there's obviously Raw, SmackDown,
Yeah.
Saturday Morning Slam, Main Event,
Is NXT, is that?
NXT.
There's way too
5.
many. No.
So I think is that 5? Yeah, that's
Superstars.
5,
They
but
still have
still-
superstars, right?
Oh, and Superstars. You're
That's
right,
6,
and
yeah.
Superstars.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
6.
I am a huge wrestling fan. I watch as much as I can. I try to watch TNA. I pay attention to CZW, and obviously I watch WWE, and that is just way. I want to say borderline overkill with what's going on. I know they're the biggest company there is, but I can't. I
but my
personally
question
can't
is,
watch it, all of it. I
What
can't
is
watch
the
all of it.
point of WWE main event? Like, is that just is that a regular wrestling show? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I know it's on Ion. They got a new business with Ion, and I heard that like their new business, like Ion told them that, hey, we don't want a shit show. We want a real deal show.
but
So
it's like a show they put on. Like, it's
yeah,
not
like I think their first show, I think Punk fought Sheamus in the main event or something. Like they.
Yeah, and on the last one it was Big Show Orton.
Well, there you go. I mean, they're trying to make it a real show.
Yeah, it's like, main events from, guys
They're
that we
just
theoretically want to see
spreading
fight.
themselves too thin. Like they tried this when we were younger, when they had just a shitload of programming. But of course, they were also like, how hot was WWE or WWF at the time? It was just like, Jesus Christ, everybody was wearing shirts and awesome stuff. I can't keep up with this. I barely was keeping up with Raw and SmackDown and TNA in general, and now they want me to watch this main event and to watch like their other 300 billion shows. It's just like, focus on your main products, and that should be sufficient enough. Why do they need all this crap that's going on?
Do you remember,
Yeah.
like, obviously you guys remember Heat, but you remember they threw in Velocity and shit like that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even before that, they had Jacked and Metal like in the middle of the
Shotgun
night.
Saturday night.
Yeah, Shotgun Saturday nights. My main issue with these things are, it's not like it's just, they can have all the extra shows they want. They can have, superstars and, whatever. My problem is that, like, they're like, referencing them. They're like referencing shit, on Raw that happened on main event or that happened on Saturday morning. And it's better. It was better before, when I could only, back in the day when they had all these 1,000 shows, you could understand everything that's happening and see everything important that happens by only watching Raw and SmackDown and the pay-per-views. Now I got to watch Raw, SmackDown, main event, superstars, Saturday morning, whatever, to understand all the things that's going on at one time. No, I can't do it. Because I also watch NXT, and I'm not going to stop watching NXT because I love NXT. But so, if I'm only watching WWE stuff, I'd have to watch NXT, Raw, SmackDown, and main event. Probably no one has to watch Superstars, but still, that's 4 shows. And Raw's 3 hours now.
Yeah.
So you got 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, and another hour. I can't do it.
And did we even mention? I don't think it's a normal show, but like the Raw AM. I don't know if you guys.
Well, no,
watched
that's just like a shortened version of Raw.
Yeah, they've had that for a while.
that.
Yeah,
But
that's nothing new.
the 3-hour Raw, I personally don't like it.
What?
Like, I can't do it. Like, watching it for 3 hours, like, I just can't. I mean, I can do it, but it's like, it's just too.
It is starting to become a thing where it's like, man, I've been watching for 2 hours. Can I get up and go get something? Or
They should have.
I guess I'm
done
gonna have to pause and come back.
My question is, when they have a special, is it going to be 4 hours long? Like, are we going to?
Oh, God forbid.
I doubt it. No, I doubt it. But
It's like
I think
the
they should
special
have.
4-hour Raw.
They should have split it up to where for 3 weeks we've got the 2-hour one, and then the end of the month is the 3-hour one, and make that into a big deal, because it's just, this didn't work for WCW. Like, do they not remember the past? Because this worked for them only when it was super, super hot and there was a lot of fans. And then once WCW's business died, the 3-hour thing was death. Because that was the most unwatchable garbage that you could ever do. Instead of just having the 2 hours packed with your best content, now you spread out your best content with some filler crap for an hour. Like, let's throw Santino in the ring and Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal. It's like, these people need to be on their other programming, like their main event and that kind of stuff. Like, give them their own show. Don't have them come in and fill up your show with all this. Oh God, it's just too much garbage. And Rab's right. After the second hour, I always end up looking. I'm like, God damn, I've been watching for 2 hours. I'm over it.
The thing is, I always I never catch it at 8. It's like I turn it on like at 9, and I was like, oh, I missed an hour.
Yeah, I haven't gotten into the groove of it yet either.
Yeah, I mean, I've been getting in it, but if you miss it at 8, the good thing is they will repeat it at 8:30 and at 9. And at 9:30, and at 9:45, and in case you missed that 9:45, they'll tell you again at 9:40. Wait, that's backwards into the past. Don't worry about it.
I think
The math isn't important here. The point is they repeat shit a lot.
It's odd though. Have you noticed how they're doing more and more skipped entrances? It's like they have a 3-hour show now, and yet they still won't give somebody an entrance. Like, what the fuck? I thought the whole point of making this longer was you didn't have to skip stuff, but now they're just adding more and more like promo packages, and like you won't get a Zack Ryder entrance, or you won't get like a Santino entrance or whatever. Like, what Jobber just doesn't get an entrance anymore. It's like, well, that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
They need more time for Randy Orton's entrance. He wanted to add another like 45 minutes to it.
No. I thought like bringing all this new time in, all these new shows, besides NXT, like they can show us like a lot of new guys, showcase a lot of the new guys and what they can do.
Well, that's what NXT is. You can't say
that's what
besides
NXT
the one
is.
where they do that, why don't they do that?
Yeah, like why don't they have the first like
Well, that's why they have that. I mean,
but when they come to Raw, nobody knows who this person is, and no one gives a fuck. Like, where's the promo build-ups? Where's the time dedicated on Raw to building up someone new that's coming in? They just bring him in, even Ryback. He just all of a sudden this guy comes out and they're like, "Hey, that's Ryback."
Feed him more.
Well, no, I
Okay.
think the perfect example of that, well, the guy who moved from NXT or what was FCW, and I would like to add, I'm wearing my FCW shirt right now. Was Damien Sandow, who just like showed up out of nowhere, just like, but he had, I mean, did they do vignettes for
They did some for
Damien Sandow?
but it wasn't.
I think they did one. They were just like, he's coming, Damien Sandow, with
like,
like
that's it.
Hallelujah playing in the background.
I don't know. I wish they would give the same treatment they gave to Alberto Del Rio to every new person that comes in. Build him up for like 2 months. Don't put him on TV. Give him unique little videos so we can kind of see his personality, kind of figure out who his character is. Then bring him in. Don't just be like the week before, he's coming, Damien Sandow. And then
You want to hear the
here
best
he
thing?
is.
You want to hear the best thing is? They do that for everyone on NXT.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. They had some really brilliant little packages I've seen on YouTube.
The packages, the packages on NXT have been fantastic.
Yeah, what was it? Bray Wyatt's
Yes.
has some fucking
the former Husky
spectacular-
Harris.
Oh yeah, he's spectacular videos, but they don't do that shit on Raw.
Now having said all that, I don't believe they did any of that shit for John Cena when he showed up. Didn't he just show up and fight Kurt Angle? With
Ruthless
the whole-
aggression. Yeah.
like,
well, I mean, like
he had no
sometimes,
Who are
like
you? I'm John Cena.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was watching that live when that shit went down, and I was
And
like,
I
yep.
hated
I was like, Jobber.
John Cena.
I
hated
loved
him
John
until they
Cena
gave him,
back in the
until they
day.
gave him the wigger gimmick and the rap thing. I could not fucking stand him with his ruthless aggression generic tights. I hated him.
Yeah.
I hated his his look. That which bothered
I
me.
loved
but-
John Cena. I was a big John Cena fan for like
Ugh.
the first
like when he first
2
came
years.
in though. When he first
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. When he first came in, I loved John Cena.
God.
really,
He's great.
that
Yeah,
whole
good.
ruthless aggression thing, you were down with that.
No, it was really once he started becoming like fake rapper guy. I just found it
Yeah,
really fun.
I did.
I'm saying,
I
I'm
loved
saying
him when that
before the
happened.
rapper.
But he only wore the like generic tights for like a week.
No.
For like 2 months. It was around because it was by Halloween that first year he was already becoming, that's where that gimmick bounced off from.
Doing that whole thing teaming with like Ray and Edge, and he was all over the place. I couldn't.
Mhm.
He had a PU match with Jericho. I couldn't stand him. God, he was awful.
Then
It's funny
somebody got smart
that bringing that up. I found like a wrestling survey I took. I was looking for something on my computer, and I found a wrestling survey I took in 2003. And it's just like, name like some of your favorite wrestlers. And you guys know I was a big Matt Hardy fan back in the day because
Uh-huh.
I
was
didn't
too.
realize how much drugs he was on. And and John Cena was on there, Jericho was on there, Steve Corino I was a big fan of at the time.
He's not bad. Yeah.
And number 5 was CM Punk, and I'm like, haha, see everyone? I was there. I knew people. Haha.
No,
High five to me.
I don't.
The
I'm
risk-
starting
the
to grow
hipster-
on Cena
hipsterness.
on CM Punk. I'm starting to grow on him, but I still am not the biggest. I'm not on the bandwagon completely yet.
Yeah, not enough light tubes.
Hey, it has nothing to do with light tubes.
He throws too many arm bars. I mean, not enough arm bars. So.
He had his match in CZW. Not impressive, but
He threw an arm bar.
We're gonna leave it
They
at
were
that.
confused. What is this?
Yeah, they were extremely confused.
I could
Was-
fuck you guys.
Was
I
that a
could go-
wrestling maneuver?
I could go
No,
2
no.
hours on his match in CZW. But
Yeah, but that's when he was a nobody. I could go a billion hours on anybody when they were
no,
nobodies.
he wasn't a nobody.
Why hasn't he
came in-
jumped off the scaffold yet?
No, he wasn't a
We don't
nobody
get
when he
it.
came in. He came in
Yeah,
and
but
he
he
fought
still
for the world
doesn't-
title.
So what? It's the
Which
CZW.
says a lot about
I don't
CZW.
buy that gimmick.
This is CZW when they're in their peak, when they were one of the top
Oh, okay.
promotions.
I'm sorry then. I'd have to supersize it in order to get the CZW title.
No.
Jesus.
No.
When CZW had Trent Acid, and we've brought it back.
Peanut. Wrangle.
I don't care what anybody says. Fuck you guys.
And that's our opinions
Oh,
on
no.
too much
By the
WWE.
way, no, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. First of all, here's my question to you guys. What did you guys think of the CZW pay-per-view tonight?
Well, you know what? I was too busy taking a shit, and that was way more enjoyable. So I'll get back to you next time I don't have a bowel movement.
Are you? I thought you record them. How?
You shut
Dude,
your
no.
mouth. No, I buy them on DVD. I don't.
It's-
No, that's right. I don't pirate them like a lot of the sons of bitches do. I buy the DVDs.
I don't even
I would
pirate
too.
that stuff. It's too much work.
So did you watch the pay-per-view?
I did not. I was doing something else. I'm
He's
sorry.
gonna wait for the DVD. So
I'm gonna
he-
get the DVD.
So what did you guys think? Yeah, I didn't watch.
Well, I was wanting you guys to give me your feedback. I was assuming you guys watched.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I
it
saw
was
a couple
great. It
arm
was,
bars.
Oh well, Bomber. What did you think of the last PWG show? How did you like it?
I'm not I'm not into them that
Let's
much.
shut the fuck up with your CZW bullshit. all right? I like
What?
what I like. What you like.
That's a
I
total.
like NXT.
That's totally different.
NXT's good. I just
What I
wish
really hate is WWE main event. The name WWE main event. It's
Why do you have such a problem with the name WWE?
What's wrong with the
it's
name?
dumb. It's
Ever,
stupid.
dude.
It's
Throwaway
lazy.
show.
Well, you know what their next
Wait,
show is
show
going
up.
to be? Their next show is going to be WWE wrestling match. With the rate they're going with these names.
We had joked, my friends and I joked a long time ago when they did the Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view. We were like, next pay-per-view is going to be Triple Threat. And then they'll be like, all right, buy WWE this Sunday, WWE singles match.
I will give you that. Fatal 4-Way was the worst name ever. For pay-per-view.
Yeah, fucking
Wait until they
But I
bring
mean,
back.
can we all just acknowledge that it's main event because it's a spin-off of like
Yeah, Saturday
Saturday
Night Main Event.
event? I mean, it's not like it's some random thing, you know.
Well,
It's a
Yeah,
spin-off.
I think all the shows like that, Superstars. I still think Superstars is a shitty name.
Well, Superstars is a shitty name because the main event's Trent Barretto versus.
I'm just thinking of all these new names. Oh, it's Slam. Like, terrible name. They're all terrible.
They're a little on the weaker side, but I mean,
I'm gonna keep using Trent Barretta as my go-to random person. By the way,
should have picked them for your death pool.
He did.
I did.
I don't know what's the he picked.
I don't know.
He'll be
Peanut,
the
would
one after
you...
Dave Bautista.
Peanut, would you be satisfied though if WWE finally like had a decent name like this Sunday watch WWE Rape? Would that work? Rape jokes don't normally work, but I figured was it that obscene and that weird? We could go there.
I would watch it. I would buy it.
I'm
Always
sure you
work.
would.
$70, yeah, I'd throw it. I would get it in HD.
Republican convention.
The only way rape jokes work is if it's like super over the top though. If you're even slightly serious about it, it doesn't work at all. It completely
So we're gonna
falls.
do the wrestling rape pool next episode.
yeah, who's gonna be the first to be convicted of rape? I like pick Kurt Angle.
Dave Bautista.
We're all just gonna pick the same fucking. I'm picking
Ah.
China again. I'll pick China again.
Isn't it? It's weird that they all slightly work.
Yep.
Like,
Except
Who did
Drake
you
Younger.
pick,
He would
Robbie?
never do that.
no, he's.
It's wonderful how this ties back together.
Yep. Started
That
out
wraps
with a death
up.
pool, ended with a rape pool.
Rami, who'd you pick?
Oh, it was Kurt Angle.
Oh
It
yeah.
works. It works.
He's raping someone tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Kurt Angle's probably the most likely to rape somebody though.
It's funny because he actually has that movie where he's like a.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why it works. Yeah, it's wait, what the Endgame?
Bad
open-
movie. Anyway,
Molesting
Yeah.
a chick. We're not done yet. We're talking about Kurt Angle in Endgame because he literally like rapes this chick and he makes her come in a matter of a minute and then
It's the
he kills her in 10 seconds. He is a god.
He is a
Worst
man.
thing I've ever heard.
that was the worst movie. But yes, tune in next time for our wrestling rape pool. And glad you tuned in. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Let's do it.
Yep, I'm recording. Bomber.
Yep.
B-Dog.
Mine's recording. Don't ever call me B-Dog.
I was going to call us the Jobber Radio Universe.
No. What?
If you do that, I will brain you.
All right, I'm going to do
No.
it. All right.
Just Jobber Radio.
All right, doing it. Jobber Radio Universe. Here we go.
I'm muting. Go.
Don't do the jump.
I'm doing it. What is up, everyone, and welcome.
Oh.
Redo. I gotta.
My
Let's do
favorite
it
part.
live. Let's just do it
My
live.
favorite part of these things are, that.
Yeah. Treat it like it's live. Go.
What's everyone?
What's everyone? Oh God.
Everyone's name?
Or what?
What's everyone? Oh fuck.
All right, I just gotta say that
Hey guys, what's everyone doing right now?
you can't teach an old dog a new trick, or however that goes.
Just say everybody instead of A2. Say everybody.
That's what I'm doing, but that's where I get thrown. That's where I
No,
get thrown off.
that's not what you're doing.
I mean, all right, here we go. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to son of a bitch, I can't do this.
Oh. All right,
All right.
let me stop my recording and restart it so I don't have to sort through all this shit.
You're so bad at this.
He is very bad at this.